Hi, Warwick here again. We're going to go through creating devices for the customer. That's his SIP settings and setting his caller ID and assigning him a DID so he can receive inbound calls. From the user that you created in the previous video, if you go in there, you could go to devices, or you could do it from the devices menu here. So if you go into the user, at the top, there's a quick entry for devices, looks like a little phone, or from the users list, you can click the little phone for that client. At the moment, it shows you that user demo Bob Murphy has got no devices. So we're going to create a new device, or in simplicity, a SIP account. So add new device. We're going to give it a description. This will be his first phone, so we'll just call it phone 1. It's a SIP account, it's not virtual. You can add any comments you want on this, and it is in the primary group primary. We then create it. By default, this will inherit the details that you chose under settings default device. So this, if you recall from video 1, we set the codec orders that the device will use. This device is a standard SIP device. It gets assigned an internal extension number, but you can change that to anything you want. In this case, I'm going to leave it at 1014. That is not the client's telephone number. It's purely an identifier. You can have an extension number and you can have a username, and they can be different from each other for the device. In one of the next videos, we'll explain PBX functionality, and that's where we would use the extension number with the group. In this case, we're just going to create a standard SIP device, and we're going to assign it a caller ID and a DID. So in this device, there's nothing I need to change here. You can, if you want, change everything, whatever you want. You can set static IPs. A static IP means that his IP authentication is purely based on IP address, not on the username or password of the device. Dynamic means his IP address changes and he will be logging on with the username and password. That's the default option. We're not going to set a caller ID at the moment. We'll come back to that to set his caller ID, because at this moment we don't know what his DID is. You'll see it's inherited a lot of details, but we can go and just click create or save on this case. So I'm just going to go update here. So once this device is created, it will show you. If we go to DIDs, you'll see he hasn't got a DID currently. There's no DIDs for him because we need to assign the DID. As the reseller, you can assign the DID from your available pool of DIDs. If you need more DIDs or need DIDs in other geographic areas or non-geographic DIDs, please just let us know via support@networkplatforms.co.za. DIDs are created or assigned from the DID pool, which is over here. You would edit a DID. So let's take this DID. I'm just going to copy it. So I've got it for later on. We're going to go and edit on that. And very simply, we will select the user. Now you notice there's no option. We've got to start typing in his name. So we know it's demo. And then we just choose Bob Murphy. We reserve it. Now it's reserved on him, but we haven't assigned it yet to his device. So we know he's got a phone 1. We can just hit immediately assign it to phone 1. That will ensure now that it's been assigned. If we go back to the DID screen, we will see that the owner of that DID is Bob Murphy and his device is that 1014. From this screen, you could edit the call flow process. If you entered on that. So what happens before the call? There's nothing, but you can edit it. Call, we dial his extension. Once it's ended, we hang it up. What happens if there's no answer, busy, or failed? If we go back into the user, this is where now we set the caller ID. So when he makes a call out, it will show as him. If we go and edit his extension, it's not in here, but we're going to go into devices. And on that phone, we're going to edit it. And we can put it the number, or you see it's now picked up the DID. So we can say number from DID. And you see it copies it in. And update. Now when that user makes a phone call, he will get the correct caller ID made. And if he gets an inbound DID, it knows to ring phone 1 for him. And that's how easy it is to create a SIP account and associate a DID and a caller ID to the customer. In the next video, I'll discuss PBX functionality, which will help with creating ring groups for customers so that a single DID can ring multiple extensions, and they can have extensions internally that they can use to call each other at no charge.